You want to make your first step a very small step, ridiculously small, so that you can achieve it.
4 easy steps to reach your health goals. It is Hunt for Wellness, episode number 4. Well, hello, welcome to Hunt4Wellness. I'm John Hunt, along with Christy Hunt. Do you think we're related?
Yep.
I think we're related.
Married
almost 31 years.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great, though. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Well, today we are going to talk about 4 easy steps to reach your health goals. And this is something you do a lot because you work with people one-on-one.
Right.
Helping them reach their health goals. But I sometimes think about when, goal setting, this is hard. Goals are big, and then you set the goals, and then sometimes you don't reach them, and then you're disappointed, and you're a failure, and you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. But we're going to make that easy, right?
Yep, we're going to overcome that.
Good. Well, I like overcoming things.
Yes.
So just tell me, health goals, this is different than, I want to make, $1 million in the next year, or I want to go on a trip to someplace. Health goals, this is getting really focused on yourself. But you talk with people all the time. What are some of the health goals that people have?
Well, people want to get into better fitness. They want to lose weight. They want more energy. They want to sleep better. They might have an emotional thing that's kind of dragging them down, or where's their motivation? They just can't get motivated, or things like that.
Right. So, as you meet with people, we're gonna take them through these steps. There's 4 of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the first one is, what is your number one priority? Because just like you said, a lot of people come in and they might, I think about that. I want to lose weight. I want my fitness to be better. I want this. I want that.
Yeah.
But we also know that can all be overwhelming, right?
Right. So, if we just pick the top one, I think everybody kind of knows what their top irritant is that they'd like to fix, and what does that look like? Yeah. If you can fix that. Right.
So
or overcome
that. So let's take an example of, do you have a health goal that you're trying to overcome here in the next year or so?
Well, sooner than that.
Okay. Good. Well, let's talk about that. What is your health goal?
Well, one issue I'm dealing with is sleep.
Oh.
Is my sleep is getting disturbed. Because I'm waking up worrying. Okay.
So you've kind of identified a little bit about what's going on there, but talk a little bit more about that, because I bet I just know this from a bunch of our friends, and again, you talk to a lot of people. Is not sleeping well kind of a common one?
Very common, but there can be many reasons why. Yeah. But this one's mine, and I've been thinking about why that is, and I think the reason is that I'm not dealing with the issues during the day.
Yeah. So that brings us to our point. And if you are following along on the PDF that we have, if you don't have it, you can probably find it on this page if you don't already have it. But so step number 2 really is identifying why you're at that place. Mm-hmm. So, okay, continue. Why are you at that place of worrying in the middle of the night?
Well, I believe it's because I'm not really fully addressing things that have bothered me during the day, or there's open loops, things that are not done, and I'm waking up thinking, okay, how am I going to get that done, and how can I get this done, so I need to make a better plan on that to know when I'm going to do those, because I don't want to worry, and I don't want to wake up in the night.
So relating that, so the health goal is, I want to sleep better.
Yes.
Because we know when we sleep better, we feel better in the morning, right? But
our body heals in the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
and gets restored. So if we're not sleeping well, we're not restoring well. So
Isn't it amazing how that works?
yeah,
The whole concept of sleep
really
is kind of wild. You lay down in a bed and you close your eyes and you drift into another state
Yeah.
for several hours while your body works and your mind works to recharge yourself.
Yes.
It's a great concept. So having
Yeah.
good sleep is a really good thing, which brings us to our third step, which is what would it look like? How do you envision if you would have that good sleep, right?
Yeah. Well, not worrying, waking up refreshed and having, that full amount of energy that I want during the day.
Yeah. So you ask people questions like, how would you feel?
Yes.
What would you be able to do, right?
Right.
So what would you be able to do better during the day if you slept well at night?
I wouldn't have times of just low energy during the day. I just keep my energy up and strong and feeling refreshed and not getting tired early in the evening.
Yeah. Well, let's
Things like
talk about a couple other health goals that people might have. Let's say and some of them are going to have the similar results. So if someone was trying to lose weight, what would they feel like? What would they be able to do if they had 10 less pounds or 20 less pounds? But it's really important, I think, if you can vision it or,
Yes.
See what it's really like, that's going to help you drive towards that.
Right. Oh, for sure. So moving easier.
Yeah.
And maybe there's limitations on things a person is doing at this point with more weight, or they just want to look better.
Yeah.
Looking better, feeling more confident.
Yeah.
But 70% of Americans are overweight.
Yeah.
Which is not good for their health.
Yeah.
Being overweight affects so many chronic health conditions.
Yeah.
And so it's important to be at a good weight, not overweight state. Yeah.
And I think you could, say that for a lot of the different health goals, see, even back to the sleep one. There's probably statistics out about how little sleep people get. I know they say that like the average high school kid doesn't get enough sleep and it really affects their performance.
Yeah. And car accidents increase when you don't have enough sleep, when you're driving tired. So you're at risk for a car accident, actually.
And in the same way with weight, if you're overweight, you're at risk for diabetes. There's a lot of different heart disease and things that we know. So again, planting that vision. I don't know, do you ever have people create like a vision board or a picture or anything like that to help support their goal? I know a lot of goal setting programs would do that, where you have kind of a picture, if that would help.
Yeah, that's ideal if a person's willing to do that.
Yeah.
I want to keep it simple.
Yeah.
And just go for the gold.
Yes, great. What's interesting now, and we're going to get to the fourth step here, but a lot of this is very standard goal setting stuff. So in a typical goal setting program, you start with, the big picture, take it down to intermediate steps, then take it down to like what you're going to do. And it gets kind of complex. And I think that's where some people just get stuck on, my goal is to lose 20 pounds. But there's no other steps on how they're going to do it.
Right.
Other people say, well, I'm going to lose 20 pounds and it's going to be 2 pounds a week for 10 weeks. But then they don't take it down to, what maybe is next. Some people have, they get down to the next step, which I need to eat 1,800 calories a day and, track it and things like that. But again, a lot of that kind of makes it difficult for people to reach these goals, right? They get kind of bogged down in the details.
Yeah.
So the fourth step, this is the key here. This is the difference, is what is the first step you can take? And talk a little bit about that, because that all of a sudden makes it sound a little easier to do.
Yeah. So you want to make your first step a very small step, ridiculously small, so that you can achieve it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I could think back to my sleep one.
Yeah.
I could take 1 minute before I went to bed and thought about, is there anything bothering me from today? And what is it? And I'm going to just think about that, maybe talk about it, pray about it, put some oil on, release it.
Yeah. And you could even have a little card, let's say, taped to the mirror as you're getting ready that says, is there anything I'm worried about, right?
Or anything bothering me
today? Is there
today?
anything bothering me? Yeah. So that's a first step.
Yeah.
And by doing that, that may help you not wake up in the middle of the night, which may help you get the full night's sleep, which may help you feel energized. I mean,
yes.
It all kind of rolls together, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And I think in a lot of, again, goal setting things, and this is where I've seen this illustration before. Here's the state I'm in right now. So that's like, what goal do I want to achieve? Here's the state I'd like to be in. That's the visioning part where, so I'd like to be over here, but there's this gap, there's this bridge.
Yeah.
But instead of coming up with every single step that gets you from here to here, just focus on the very first step.
Very first step.
Right.
And make it a small step,
Yeah.
a very tiny step.
Yeah. So talk about the concept of just starting, because I think that is also, people see like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. You've heard this from me before, but I'm going to start on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start today. I got to get through this, then I'll start. So why is it so hard to start, and how can people change their mindset on that?
So one thing I've noticed is that people do not want to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And so they will avoid disappointment at all costs, and they won't try things because they're afraid, oh, if I try it, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yep.
Whenever we start anything, we're bad at it. Whenever we're new at anything, we're terrible.
Yeah.
Start playing the piano. You're going to be
been there, done that.
really bad.
Yeah.
Start playing the violin, which our daughter does.
Yes.
She's amazing. But she started out with, Twinkle, Twinkle.
Yeah. Well, how about like at the health club? Maybe you've worked out before, and it's been 4 or 5 years since you got to work out, right? Because I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to work out. And you get there that first time, and you try you're way above your pay grade.
Well, so I started working out the high intensity workouts a number of years ago, and I thought I couldn't really do it. Yeah. And I was terrible at everything. I could barely do the core stuff. I could barely do any of it.
Well, I remember you'd come home from the workout, and the first thing you'd do is like lay down.
Yeah, I was so tired.
You were so wiped out.
And I really overcame a thinking that I can't do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I really had like an emotional release of, I actually did that. Didn't do it great, but I did it. But my fitness now is so much better than what it was when I started. But what if I never had started?
Yeah.
If I'd never started, it wouldn't be what it is now.
Yeah.
And is it perfect? No, but it's always progressing.
Right. And that's where then you add in supplements, you add in some other things like that even, what we say, energize our workout.
Right.
Right? Because it is, it's steps, but you're not going to do all that the first day.
No, but you do have to start, and you do have to be willing to be bad and willing to so-called fail.
Yes.
Appear to be failing. I could have gone to my first workout and got, oh my gosh, I'm really failing. Forget it. Right. Or I'm so glad I didn't, but I do know people that have done that and just quit. And their fitness is not what it could be.
Yes.
So being willing to be okay with so-called failing or being disappointed in yourself, because the people that are willing to do that are really the successful people in achieving those goals.
And they also know that failure comes in, right? We all fail.
Yeah.
So you may fail, and you have to stand back up and...
Yeah. It's important to fail.
Yeah.
It really is important to fail, because if we don't fail, we can't succeed.
Yeah, right. So really what makes this an easy system is that you're just taking one step.
Yes. Just that first tiny, ridiculously small step.
Yeah, great. So, okay. So at this point, what we wanted to do in this particular program is we wanted to give you the steps. We wanted to, lay it out real simple. Again, if you don't have the PDF, you can find it on this page, or contact us. We'll get you a copy of it. But you kind of have two choices here. So we've given you the system, you can go out and do some more research. You can maybe get a friend, someone to help you out, and just take that first step. And if you do, that is awesome. We also have the other option, which is we're here to help.
Yes.
Right? So you can schedule a no-cost, free, really, call, and we'll talk about how that actually works in a moment with you. It's about 15 to 20 minutes max, but we'll help you go through this and discover some of this, and kind of hold your hand through it. Yeah. And again, that's another, just take the first step. Just get on the call and talk it through. And sometimes when you talk with someone, it almost helps you be a little accountable as well, right?
And, if you're scared to call, because I know some people just don't want to call people. Yeah. By the way, I'm really easy to talk to.
I was going to say,
not scary, but we can text.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't know who you are. They don't know your background. You're a registered nurse practitioner. You've worked with people for years on reaching their health goals.
Right.
So this is something you do as a practice, and you work with people, and that part, is something that that if you get people going, that there are other things down the line that you can help them with to help
boost it
up.
Yeah.
And that's great. There's no obligation for any of that. But, the first step is to get started. So, if you are looking for that, you can go over to Hunt4Wellness.com, and you'll see obviously how you can set up that free consultation. You'll get communicated by email at first, set up the date and time. And then, if you want to do it by text, that's fine. Yeah. Ideally, the phone call. And
we can communicate a little better by talking.
Yeah.
But if you want to do messaging or, texting, that's
what happens if it
too.
takes more than one call? Because it doesn't always, to get people going on the first step. Can you usually identify that in the?
Yeah, you can usually identify that on the first step, but it's good to have some accountability and follow up. Yeah. And we're willing to do that. Yeah. We love, our group and our team loves doing follow-ups. Yeah. And so if you start with me or talking to me, then I'm doing the follow-up too.
Yeah, great. So there you go, Hunt4Wellness.com. Get your free first consultation put together, and make the easy steps. These get the PDF, follow it along. I mean, this is not complicated, and that's the whole beauty of the system. It gets you just started.
But it's important.
Your health is important.
Yeah. If you don't have your health, where are you going to live?
That's right.
Like if you don't have your body, where are you going to live?
That's right.
You need to keep this body healthy and moving, strong, and feeling good.
Yeah. Great. Well, hey, that's it for this program. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, if you need more information, go to Hunt4Wellness.com.